Hello everyone. Today I have an amazing story for you. It's not just for your listening practice, but also to inspire you. The story is called His Honesty Shocked Everyone. One cold evening, in a busy city, a poor man named Ali was walking slowly along a dark street. Ali was a hard-working man, but life had never been kind to him. He lived in a tiny rented room and worked as a daily laborer. Every morning he woke up before sunrise, hoping to find some work at the market. Some days he earned money. Some days he returned home with empty pockets. But no matter how hard life became, Ali never lost his honesty. That evening had been especially difficult. Ali had worked the whole day carrying heavy boxes in a warehouse. His back hurt, his feet were tired, and he had not eaten anything since morning. As he walked home under the dim street lights, something unusual caught his attention. Near the sidewalk, he saw a black leather wallet lying on the ground. Ali stopped. He looked around. The street was quiet and empty. Slowly, he bent down and picked up the wallet. When he opened it, his heart almost stopped. Inside the wallet was a thick bundle of money. Not a few dollars, but a lot of money. More money than Ali had ever seen in his life. His hands started shaking. For a moment, his mind filled with thoughts. This money could change everything, he whispered. I could pay my rent, buy food, maybe even start a small business. Ali had spent many nights sleeping hungry. This money could solve many of his problems. But suddenly another thought came into his mind. He remembered his father's voice. When Ali was a child, his father had told him something very important. Son, his father used to say, if you ever find something that does not belong to you, return it. Because honesty is worth more than any money in the world. Ali closed his eyes for a moment. Then he took a deep breath. Slowly, he closed the wallet. No, he said to himself. This money is not mine. Ali opened the wallet again and searched for the owner's identity. Inside he found an ID card. The name written on it was Daniel Roberts. There was also an address written on a small card. Ali looked at the address and realized something. The house was very far from where he was standing. He was tired, hungry, and the night was getting darker. But Ali did not hesitate. He began walking toward the address. 1 hour passed, then another. The cold wind blew through the empty streets as Ali continued walking. Finally, he reached a large and beautiful house. Bright lights were shining through the windows. Ali looked at the house and felt nervous. His clothes were old and dusty. But he gathered his courage and knocked on the door. A few seconds later, the door opened. A well-dressed man stood there. His face looked worried. Ali politely asked, "Excuse me sir, are you Mr. Daniel Roberts?" The man looked surprised. "Yes, I am. Why?" Ali gently took out the wallet and said, "Sir, I think this belongs to you." The man's eyes suddenly became wide with shock. "My wallet," he shouted. He quickly opened it and checked inside. Everything was there. The money, the cards, the documents. Nothing was missing. The man looked at Ali with disbelief. "You found this, and you returned it?" he asked. Ali nodded quietly. "Yes sir." The man said something that surprised Ali. "Do you know there is more than $5,000 in this wallet?" Ali smiled slightly. "Yes sir. I saw it." "Then why didn't you keep it?" the man asked. Ali calmly replied, "Because it does not belong to me." For a few seconds, the man was completely silent. Then his eyes became emotional. "Young man," he said slowly, "people like you are very rare in this world." He invited Ali inside the house. Ali was shy, but he entered. Mr. Roberts noticed how tired and hungry Ali looked. He quickly asked the servant to bring food. Ali had not eaten all day. That warm meal felt like a blessing. After dinner, Mr. Roberts asked Ali about his life. Ali told him everything. About his struggles. About his small rented room. About the days he had to sleep hungry. Mr. Roberts listened carefully, then suddenly he smiled. "Allie," he said, "I own a big transportation company in this city." Allie looked at him quietly. Mr. Roberts continued. "I need honest people in my company. And today you proved something very important." Allie asked softly, "What is that, sir?" Mr. Roberts smiled and said, "That you are a man I can trust." Then he said something that changed Allie's life forever. "Starting tomorrow, you will work in my company." Allie could not believe his ears. "A job, for me?" he asked. "Yes, Mr. Roberts said, "because honesty deserves opportunity." Tears filled Allie's eyes. Years passed. Allie worked very hard in the company. His honesty and dedication impressed everyone. Slowly, he was promoted again and again. One day, Allie became one of the most trusted managers in the company. And whenever someone asked him the secret of his success, Allie simply smiled and said, "I was once a poor man who found a wallet. And I chose honesty instead of money." Honesty may not make you rich overnight, but it will always bring respect, trust, and blessings.